I just had to redo this because the beginning of my video made a really weird sound that would not feel good to your ears. So I am having a little Sadie chat in the video I'm about to share with you. There is a purpose for all things on a soul level. So I hope you enjoy it. Something that's been like coming up for me, and just like I've been having these moments of just like seeing clearly like my path, my journey, and how it's all just come together. I've had these moments throughout time, right? But it's like this remembering process too, because you can have this moment where you can see where everything led you to where you are, but then you move on to the next part of your journey and you kind of forget sometimes, and you're like, oh, I now am having a moment where I see that everything has a purpose to lead you to exactly where you're meant to be. And in those times when things feel like you're like, what the hell? What is going on right now for me in my life, And you may feel like loss of direction, or just like really having a lot surface for you, and maybe your external world is not what you expect it to be at that time. So, I had a little bit of malfunction. So I'm hoping we're back. I'm getting back to my train of thought right now, because it was everything has a purpose. Everything has a purpose for happening. Everything has a purpose for happening. And you'll have these moments on your like personal growth, transformation journey, this human existence, this life that we get to live, where you see that. You see how everything has a purpose. You see that those moments, like the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it is serving you in the end. And it's really beautiful when you see it come together. When you see it come together, because you might have just been going through some hardships. You might have been going through some struggles, but you keep going, you keep moving, and you get through it. You move through it. You move through this process and this experience that you've been in. And it's magic, because you see why. You start to see why that thing had to happen, why you had to, for me, like personally, like I had to like so many lessons of expectations, and having them, letting go of time, because you know what, like I have so many beautiful things come to me, like being a highly intuitive, sensitive, gifted person. You have these knowings, right? And something's going to happen in your life. And there's no way to explain it. There's just like a knowing, and you get these signs and these gifts and these things come to you, and you're like, okay, like I feel this so deeply in my soul that this is going to be an experience in my life. But they give you just that beautiful like moment, right? Like you get gifted this glimpse of what may be. And then it's like the mind can go and put so much together of how you think it should be, when you think it should happen, and even like who, you know? So these lessons of expectations and how everything has purpose and a timing for it. So you might have these moments where you're like, shit, I had some high expectations. Oops, did that thing again where, I had my want of this whatever, and maybe I wanted it so badly. I was so ready for it, and I felt like it was the time, but also like this was a lesson for me of like truly letting go of time, truly letting go of expectations, and knowing that like that time that I was so like heartbroken that something didn't happen, I look back and I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely didn't want that to happen then. There were so many things I had to grow through. I say grow through instead of go through because you literally are growing as you're going through things, as you're moving through these processes of life. You grow through it. And I have been growing, and I'm sure you have too. And just know, like, there's a purpose for all things. There's a purpose for all things. And it's really beautiful when you see it and you take that step back and you see what you learned and you see that you're continuing to learn it. It's like a surrendering process. I should have put this on a tripod. I knew it from the beginning. My arm is getting tired. There's a purpose for things, and in the moment, you might not see it. You probably don't see it fully. You don't see it. You're like, why did I have to go through this shitty experience or be in this place or do this thing? But you know what? Me being in those places and doing those things taught me a lot. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about how to truly hear and listen to my inner guidances and my intuition and just deep rememberings of trust. The deep rememberings of trust. Oh my gosh. Trusting it all. Trusting it all is such a beautiful place to be. And we forget. We forget sometimes. And it just makes it even better because you know what is happening in those moments? Those moments of when we forget, we remember. And when we remember, we just like strengthen that muscle. And it just takes us so deeply into this beautiful space of just so much magic opening and unfolding for you because the universe is like, here you go. Here you go. Good job. You did everything you were supposed to do, even if you didn't feel like you were. So, there's a purpose for all things. And just remember that. Remember that. Remember that when you feel lost. Remember that when you feel confused. Remember that in the moments of when you're asking, like, why? Why is this happening to me? Why am I in this space? Because in those moments, there's so much magic. There's so much magic. And when the light comes through, you know, when the light turns on, when we remember, like, oh, yeah, there it is. And then we be grateful for all those experiences and we take it forward with us into this next part of the journey. Man, to be human, how lucky are we? So, this was my Sadie chat, and I just wanted to share some things that I've been just like growing through, realizing these learnings, these rememberings, these guidances in my journey and experience, because not only is it something that's been very present for me, it's been very present with people I've been talking to and working with. And simple, there's a purpose for all things. Purpose for all things, and in the end it's how we choose to go about it, how we choose to feel about it, how we choose. We get to choose once we have this awareness come to us and we're like, oh, okay, yeah, I see it now. Or we can choose the opposite. We can choose to be upset. We can choose to be angry. We can choose. The upset and angry part is also part of the purpose. It's all part of the purpose. Anyways, I'm going to go to bed and I'm going to leave it at that. And yeah, thanks for listening to this and listening to what I have to share. And you know what? Give your girl a like and a follow and a subscribe to my channel so you can hear more of messages from the soul, messages from my heart, and yeah, have such a beautiful day, night, wherever you are, whatever time this is in, you know, like the beautiful thing about YouTube is, you know, there's no time. Anyways, bye.